heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news, K-culture and photos, and a special focus on K-pop boy groups today with our expert. And with that, let's dive in. Joining us on today's show is my co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Soa, and happy Monday to everyone joining us on the K-Culture Dive today. I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa, and of course, I'm always here to give you the latest in K-entertainment stories.
Of course you are, Walter. So let's start off with K-Enter News. Now, Walter, remember last week we talked to a K correspondent on how great Korean artists are doing over in Japan.
Right.
Also, especially their big presence at major concert venues in Japan.
That's right.
And actually today in K-Enter, we're going to talk about some of those groups who just performed over the weekend in Japan. So Walter, fill us in.
Yes, let's specifically talk about TVXQ or Dongbangsingi and aespa. Now, TVXQ held their concert, TVXQ 20th anniversary, live in Nissan Stadium, Red Ocean, this past weekend in Yokohama, Japan. Now, this concert commemorated the 20th anniversary of their Japanese debut, and with this performance, they entered Nissan Stadium for the third time. Actually, this is setting a new record as the most frequent overseas artist to perform there. Since their Japanese debut all the way back in 2006, they have held a total of 265 solo tour performances and attracted a cumulative audience of 6.31 million.
Wow, that is amazing. But Walter, you also mentioned aespa, so what are they up to?
Yes, so now in their 7th year since their debut, aespa proved the growth of their global fandom by performing at Tokyo Dome, so a dome that we've been mentioning a lot recently, a symbolic stage in Japan's music market. Now, the interesting thing is, it is considered unusual for K-pop artists from the same agency to simultaneously hold performances at Japan's largest venues around the same time or even at the same time. But seems to be no big deal for SM Entertainment. An industry insider commented that the fact that the groups representing different generations filled Japan's key venues at basically the same time highlights SM Entertainment's artist development system and also their brand power.
Right, and next up, we're going to talk about another major group, BTS, who have kicked off the North American leg of their tour in Florida. So tell us more about that.
Yes, they have. So BTS started their world tour, Arirang, or their North American leg of the tour, Arirang, on Saturday and Sunday local time in Tampa, with one more scheduled concert on April 28th. Now, after completing the Tampa leg, BTS will continue with a total of around 31 performances across 12 cities in North America. Now, these include El Paso, Mexico City, and New York as well. Now, the last time the group held a concert in North America was in Las Vegas in April 2022 for their Permission to Dance on Stage tour.
And Walter, it looks like local broadcasters are also jumping on the BTS wagon, right?
Indeed they are. So especially in Tampa, as we mentioned before, Tampa local broadcasters are also showing strong interest. In particular, US regional channel Fox 13 Tampa Bay scheduled a special program titled K-Pop The Soul, spelled S-E-O-U-L, Rich, to coincide with the concerts. Now, notably, Tampa local media estimate that the concerts could generate an economic impact of around 800 million to 900 million US dollars, and that's just for the Tampa area.
And we're going to talk more about BTS and also boy groups later with David Kim.
Yep.
But let's move over to a girl group, Blackpink, or rather a member of Blackpink.
Yes, indeed. So Blackpink member Jisoo has won the Madame Figaro Rising Star Award. Now, this is at the festival held in French city of Cannes. She is being recognized for establishing a global presence not only in music but also as an actress. Now, Jisoo received the prestigious awards at the opening of the ceremony of the 9th Cannes International Series Festival, which is an event that highlights drama and series content from around the world. And it has been expanding its influence alongside the rapid growth of the streaming market. Now, this award is especially meaningful as it acknowledges Jisoo's potential as a next-generation actress in the global content market, while successfully balancing both her singing and acting careers.
Well, congrats to Jisoo, and thank you, Walter, for those updates.
No worries.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The Culture Ministry is stepping up efforts to boost exchanges between cultural and arts organizations at home and abroad. Titled Korea Around Culture, it's part of a government initiative launched in 2023 to expand cross-border partnerships through joint projects, spanning sound art, contemporary art, dance, and theater. This year, 9 Korean institutions, including the Namjunbaek Arts Center and the Sejong Center for the Performing Arts, are taking part, alongside 9 partner organizations from 7 countries, including Francis Guimé National Museum of Asian Arts and Brazil's Pinacoteca de São Paulo. The participating groups will present collaborative works, exhibitions, and performances from June through November. A lineup of special events is in store at major palaces and museums nationwide to mark Children's Day on May 5th. At Seoul's Gyeongbokgung Palace, gatekeeper guards dressed as character mascots will make special appearances, alongside programs offering visitors a chance to experience various Joseon-era traditions. At Daejeon's Natural Heritage Center, visitors will be able to tour normally restricted storage areas, as well as take part in a heritage quiz competition. The National Intangible Heritage Center in Jeonju will host traditional Korean folk games, while the National Museum of Korea will feature large national treasure-themed characters, performances, and a magic show. Admission will be free on May 5th for children aged 12 and under as well as accompanying guardians. At Seoul's 4 major royal palaces, Jongmyo Shrine and Joseon Royal Tombs, the International Horticulture Goyang Korea 2026 has opened at Ilsan Lake Park in Gyeonggi-do Province, showcasing more than 100 million blossoms. Launched in 1997, the festival has grown into the city's signature event, drawing more than 9 million visitors from home and abroad over the years. This year's edition spans 250,000 square meters, featuring outdoor exhibitions, indoor special displays, performances and events, as well as a flower market. Among the highlights is the Floral Odyssey exhibition, which will feature rare flowers from over 30 countries presented by international floral artists. The festival runs through May 10th. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Taekwondo. It's Korea's traditional martial art known for its powerful kicks and discipline. It's also an Olympic sport practiced by millions around the world. Now, take a look at this. Right in the middle of the city at Gangnam Square, Taekwondo is being reimagined as a street performance, blending high-energy demonstrations, board breaking, and even K-pop music. These shows make the traditional sport more dynamic and accessible. Now, let's move on. On stage, Taekwondo takes yet another form. In the musical, Taekwon fly up, flips, kicks, and breaking techniques are combined with storytelling and music. It's not just about strength, but growth, teamwork, and performance. From the streets of Seoul to the theater stage, Taekwondo is both a cultural tradition and a global art form. Now take a look at this. These are artifacts discovered in Gyeongju dating back nearly 1600 years to the ancient Silla Kingdom. Among them, armor worn by both humans and horses, pointing to the existence of heavily armored cavalry. Now let's take a closer look. What makes the discovery especially significant is that the armor wasn't made entirely of iron, but combined with materials like leather, designed for both protection and mobility. Complete sets like this are extremely rare, offering valuable clues into how Silla warriors fought and moved in battle. These artifacts were transported under police escort, highlighting just how important they are. And now undergoing careful preservation, experts are restoring their original form while uncovering hidden details, from crafting techniques to traces of organic materials. These findings reveal that history is not fixed. It's something we're still learning. Now look at this, floating across the wide blue sea. These are haenyeo, Korea's traditional female divers. Without oxygen tanks, they dive deep into the ocean to collect seafood like abalone and sea snails, a practice passed down for generations. Jeju City is working to preserve this tradition by training a new generation of divers at the Hansupul Haenyeo School. New students spend months learning from diving techniques to the strong sense of community that defines Haenyeo culture. Now take a look at this, diving beneath the surface, then rising back up with their catch. From young trainees to experienced divers, each carries a tradition recognized by UNESCO as an important cultural heritage. This is more than a job, it's a way of life now being carefully passed on to the next generation. What do you think this is? Matcha in soju? That's right. Korea's first matcha-flavored soju has just been released. It reflects a growing trend known as matcha core, where matcha, finely ground green tea powder, is being reimagined in bold new ways. Now have a look at this. Even before this, there was matcha makgeolli. It may look like a refreshing green tea drink, but it's actually alcohol, so you have to be careful. And the trend doesn't stop there. From matcha snacks and desserts to drinks, cakes, and even fish-shaped pastries or 붕어빵, matcha is just everywhere. So, where does it all come from? Take a look at this. These are Korea's green tea fields like those in Poseong, Hadong, and Jeju, regions known for producing high-quality tea for generations. In Korea, this trend isn't just about flavor. It's where global trends meet local tradition and continue to evolve in everyday life. Different scenes, different rhythms, each one a piece of Korea today.
The K-pop scene has been heating up fast this spring, with BTS continuing their global tour and a wave of next-generation groups releasing new songs and albums. Expectations for May are higher than ever. Today, we're joined by David Kim, content creator and adjunct professor at Kyunghil University, to take a closer look at the current K-pop landscape and the boy groups to watch. Welcome back, David.
Hey, David. Hello, glad to be back.
All right, we're happy to have you here in the studio again, David. And we're going to start with BTS, your expertise.
Yes.
So BTS, they are still ranking high on the charts with their latest album. And we also heard from Walter about their North American tour that just started. So could we start with a rundown of their latest schedule and their achievements?
Right. Speaking of achievements first, I would say there's a long list. So I made some memos here. Their title track, Swim, has already hit the Billboard Hot 100 for 4 consecutive weeks. That is crazy to think of, because considering the amount of enormous global pop stars that are on the roster of the Billboard Top 100. And as for their album Arirang on the Billboard 200, they've been on the top 3 for the 4 consecutive weeks, which marks their new career high. So congratulations to BTS. And as you all know, they are now proceeding with their world tour, Arirang. They finished their Korea, and actually Busan is up to come, but their Goyang, Tokyo, and now they're in the US leg, North American leg right now. But all 46 confirmed dates have sold out already. They've drew more than 240,000 fans already, only in Goyang in Tokyo. And 85 shows are scheduled over 34 cities, so they are going to have to be very careful with their health management. But yes, this is the most amount of dates for any Korean solo act before, so yeah, it's phenomenal.
Right, so talking more of the schedule across North America, it really suggests strong demand there. Like I said before in K-Enter, there's 31 performances in 12 cities that are scheduled, which is, as you said, like quite a lot. How would you describe BTS's current level of popularity within the North American market?
Oh, well, if we're only talking about the North American region, I would say it is explosive because currently there are 46 sold out dates, and that just indicates that the demand just surpasses the supply. And also the BTS The City project, Arirang, is going on in Las Vegas. It is scheduled. We saw it last time when they were doing the world tour as well, but they're revisiting it again. The whole city will turn purple or red according to their own concept. That's going to continue on to Busan in June as well too. And entire cities are becoming BTS themed festivals. And as I've heard with your report before, there are so many viral clips circulating on the internet currently of city councils, mayors, airports, pilots, and local news just broadcasting and highlighting BTS's impact and welcoming them to their own cities because of the economic and social effect over there. So apparently one specific case is the city of Tampa blocked a whole road in front of their stadium in the city, and this is unprecedented according to the local news, and just dedicated to the BTS fans getting their merch in that street in a more convenient way. So you can definitely see how dedicated these cities are organizing the BTS concerts.
Right. I think it just makes sense that we have a bigger proportion of English lyrics with this big demand in North America. But David, moving on to other boy bands now that have just returned. They're either dropping new records or they have launched their tours. So who are we talking about today?
Yes, so we are jam-packed with new faces over here. I think you might have heard of them before. They are pretty popular already, but yeah, only this month, starting with Cordis from Big Hit Music, Hybe. Their mini album Green Green has just dropped. Actually, it's going to come out in a week. Their pre-release with Red Red has just dropped, and it's already creating a sensation all over the internet. On top of that, we have NCT Wish from SM. They always had a strong fandom out there, and their first full album, Ode to Love, has just released with 10 songs. It is selling like crazy right now. On top of that, we also have Even from Jellyfish Entertainment. I haven't heard that in a while, but it's great to hear. But they've come back with a single album called Back Talk. It's a 5-member group from Boys Planet, if you've watched the audition show, so glad to see their faces again. Last but not least, we have KUA, which is an abbreviation for Close Your Eyes. So they're a 7-member group that just debuted last year from the audition show on JTBC with a joint with YG+. So their digital single Overexposed and their single Pose has just dropped. So we have a full schedule over here. I am overstimulated right now, yeah.
It's quite interesting. It seems to me that there are a lot more boy groups actually coming out around this time during the spring season. They're blooming, so to speak. You know, especially heading into May, do you think there's any reason for this?
Oh, well, I think there are multiple reasons. First of all, seasonal fit. Obviously, the weather is great. And, you know, there's new school, new year energy. Everyone thinks it's peak season for the TikTok challenges. Everyone's going out to Hangang parks and making their own TikTok challenges out there. So it's optimal for short form as well. We have strategy-wise, if you look into K-pop, we have the year-end ceremonies and awards. So these groups are tactically preparing for those seasons because we have a 6-month window before, so you can perform and prove your stats before the year-end ceremonies. Also, K-pop runs on basically two comeback per year cycles. So one is in spring and one is in fall. As obviously seasonal fits, the weather is just amazing those times, and fans get very heart fluttered. So yeah, it's the biggest battleground normally for all these rookie K-pop groups to come back and battle during the spring and autumn season. then last but not least, we have the global touring prep. So albums need to be out already before they gear up for the summer world tours to go on, globally. So because of all these reasons, I think these rookie groups are all coming back at once in this season. Yeah.
So you mentioned a number of groups, and one of my favorites is Cordis these days, because I actually also used their Red Red as my background music on my social media story just this morning, I think. But David, which groups do you think we should especially keep an eye on right now?
Well, as you mentioned, I will first start with Cordis. I think they are the new dark horse, and they share the same label as BTS, Big Hit Music, so it seems like they're carrying on the legacy of BTS. I have high bets on them, and to name a few of their stats on Red Red already, it's a pre-release, but it's gotten already 1.3 million Spotify streams on a single day, 6 million views on YouTube. There's worldwide #1s on global charts. Just 8 months since debut, they've already gained 500 million plus cumulative Spotify streams. So the list goes on and on. I don't really need to highlight all of them, but Cordis is where the hype is at right now. I think right now for Red Red in particular, the ear flapping dance, it's called the 팔랑귀춤. That one is going viral on TikTok and social media, so everyone's following it. Every member is involved in songwriting, content creation, choreography, music video direction. So they call themselves the Young Creator Crew. So I think that's very fun. Strategy-wise, they're focusing on North America, global first. So they have explosive dynamic over there. So Cordis is definitely the strongest bet. And then we definitely have NCT Wish with their first full album, instant million seller. Ode to Love is actually a samples the Cranberries, a very classic group, and it reimagined the new UK garage dance pop. That's a very sophisticated genre over there. So yeah, with their concept Wishcore, with the Greek mythology and the dreamy imagery, it's a rare soft boy concept you can see in the new rookie group era right now. So I think these two groups are definitely worth our highlights. Yeah.
Yes, I remember us talking about it towards the end of last year, that Cortez is one to really look out for, and they haven't disappointed at all. But let's stay on the topic of boy groups, and actually let's compare some boy groups from the past to now. So let's say GOD versus BTS, right? Compared to the past, many seem more open and expressive, sharing their own personal stories. It's very, especially with BTS actually, you have a lot of them coming out talking about their adventures, etc. What would you say is the defining appeal of this current generation?
Yeah, so when we talk about the 4th to 5th gen boy groups that are new coming, while they are referencing BTS's success, I think they're spinning a new kind of formula for themselves as well too. So what we see is we used to see a lot of lore and storytelling in the old days, but nowadays there's no exact elaborate lore going on. Rather, they actually focused on their raw creative energy, and they just show everything transparently to their fans. So they focus on the music making, the addictive beats, and the members that are building everything behind the scenes. So it feels like the fans are constructing something together over there. So that's the new narrative going on. And I feel like the perfect performance image, the idol image, is shifting to more self-expression, raw, core, co-creation, these kind of keywords. So yeah, these would be some of the factors that we can look onto. And a very big differentiation point is strategic. They start global from day one. So in the old days, we started in Korea, but now they target North America and the global audience pre-debut. So that is a very big difference.
And I think that also has something to do with why they are debuting at an earlier age, and also why their training is getting more intense. So could you tell us a little bit about that training process for idols these days?
Yes, so you'd be pretty surprised to hear the current average debut age, which is 17 to 18 years old. That's barely after high school, or mid-high school. So it's very early. The training period starts even earlier. And also the training period has become more condensed. In the old days, it used to be 5 to 7 years average, but now it's shortened to 2 to 4 years. The reason why it's becoming shorter is a lot of people are pointing towards the global auditions having more wider casting pools. So these people from the global talent pools. They don't have to learn English. They don't have to train that much because there's so much talent outside in the world. And we can fast track and skip all these loops in the training process. So a lot of these foreign-born members are bringing a lot of value to these teams. And the short-form platforms also, the ecosystem of the media right now is just accelerating their debuts because they already have pre-formed fandoms. So yeah, all of these factors take into account.
And that leads us to our final question, David. What would you say is the formula for success in K-pop boy groups, and also girl groups, but K-pop groups, because it's not only the charts that matter these days.
Right. So in the old formula, everything was about album sales, numbers, music show wins in Korea. That meant success. But nowadays, we're focusing on three things simultaneously, I would say. The pre-debut fandom formed. So you already have like a very big fandom behind you to boost the numbers, to stream immediately once you come out. And also, second, we have the short form virality. So a lot of these songs and challenges are just oriented towards virality on the short form platforms. Number three would be the rawness and the creative freedom we can give upon these new groups. So in the old days when idols were looked as like produced, manufactured factory images, these new boy groups are now just being the creators themselves and the artists. So yeah, that artistic image is just differentiating themselves a lot. Yeah.
All right, a very interesting topic today. Thank you very much, David, for your insights, and see you next time.
See you, David.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to have you here back soon.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.